All right, all right, all right. Welcome to Sideboard MTG. My name's Eric, and it's time for our first public coffee time. This is an event that is normally reserved just for patrons, but and will be again in the future. But a lot of people were asking what coffee time was, so we're gonna show you. It's a little bit different of a show. Sometimes there's some gameplay, sometimes there isn't. Hope you guys enjoy, and if you do, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, then well, that's okay too. Also, remember this is not for everyone, but most of the time there's a few people that want to sit around or sit in at the table. Um, the idea of it is we have 4 seats at the table. Of course, I take one, and then there are 3 open seats. For people to show up, and imagine your buddy coming up to a group of friends and sitting down with his cards and saying, "Guys, let's look at this thing." That is what coffee time is. I hope you guys enjoy. We do have a couple open seats at the table right now, so if you would like to join us in Discord, you can. Today it is public. We have one open seat left, but we are going to be joined by Zaxadillo and Magic Hefe. And again, join us if you would like. And we have a deck we're going to start out with, and I believe Hefe was the one who had our second deck. So we're just going to kind of pull these decks up, take a look. Oh, last seat was taken. Magic Man jumping in. All right, so this will be a good show, guys. I'm gonna jump over, let the guys in, and we'll pull up the decks and go from there. What's up, everybody? Discord should be live. If you guys want to say your name so everyone can connect the voice to the name, just use your screen tag there.
Hello, it's your favorite moderator, Zax.
It's your favorite non-moderator, Magic Hefe.
Magic Man, you got a mic?
I hope so,
I think you muted, Magic Man.
or something.
All right. Well, looks like we got a mute at the table. That's
How's
that'll
that?
there we
Is it
go.
working now?
We
Sorry
got it.
about that. I'm Magic Man.
All right, so hopefully everyone will be able to connect the voices, and let me pull up the deck that we're going to be talking about first. Hefe, was it you that also had a deck that you said you wanted to look at today on Coffee Time? I told someone that I was like, if you show up to Coffee Time and you had that deck, we'll look at it. And I don't remember exactly who it was.
Yeah, it was an idea for a build around for a deck.
Okay, all right. Then we're going to talk about this deck that I've got pulled up here for Zaxadillo, and then we'll kind of go from there. Brandon Hall, welcome, dude. Welcome. Hopefully, there's a few other people sitting around, and again, I hope you guys do enjoy the content. So, can you guys all see the deck?
Yep.
Yep, I can see it.
So, I'm gonna kind of like flip through it here real quick for everyone, but the idea of it is a GPG deck, of course, using Gate to the Afterlife, so we don't need to run the full copies of GPG. Runs Walking Ballista, Noxious Gearhulk, Angel of Invention, and of course, we're in white, might as well. Cultivator of Blades, and like what spice, right? We'll definitely talk about this card. J-Light Ranger, Seeker Squire, Gifted Aetherborn, and Merfolk Branchwalker. And then the Kitesail Freebooter and Sacred Cat. So that's the main board, along with 22 lands, along with the Gate to the Afterlife. Did I mention Gate to the Afterlife?
Yeah.
So why don't we just start here on Gate? Because that's always my question. And I can kind of see why, but that's always my question when I look at a God Pharaoh's Gift deck. Why did you choose Gate over Refurbisher in white?
Since we're in Abzan and not in blue, I think that Gate is better than Refurbish because we don't have many ways to discard Godfarrow's Gift if we get a bunch of them stuck in hand. So I just wanted to go with Gate to the Afterlife to be able to search it out.
Understood. Okay.
And this way, we only have 6 slots to take up instead of 8. So
Understood. I also agree with your decision because you don't have like the blue or red sources to just pitch to the graveyard. I mean, I know you've got a lot of exploring going on here, but I uh, I agree with the decision. It's just always the first question, when you look at a GPG deck. Would this be better with gate or would it be better with refurbish? So, um, all right, cool. I like the Sultai. You're running. You did look at the Sultai list, right?
yeah, I've looked at a couple of Sultai lists. I mostly just wanted to try a flavor of gift that hasn't been tried yet. And honestly, the Sultai list didn't really appeal to me because Angel of Invention is just too good. So I wanted to just try the black green and then keep the Angel of Invention, see what happens.
Understood. Well, Seeker Squire was a champion for me when I was playing around with that Sultai list. I actually liked Seeker Squire and Merfolk Branchwalker in that deck. Um, and you guys know I'm not a fan of Merfolk Branchwalker.
Right.
Anybody else? Like, what do you guys think about this deck? Like, have you played it at all, Zax?
I haven't gotten the chance to because X Mage has been down for like the past 3 days, and I'm poor, so. Uh,
Understood. Well, then maybe we'll have to get you an account. And I mean, you build a lot of decks. You post a lot. You start putting your medium up.
yeah,
See,
right. Um, like this deck, it seems really actually more of just a mid-range deck that can play Godfarrow's Gift and get back some stuff, but it just seems like a mid-range deck that you could beat face with.
Understood. Well, Cultivator of Blades.
Cultivator of Blades.
You had so many good things to say about this. I thought that would just be a cue that you would just go off again.
You're right.
Yeah.
I probably should. So, Cultivator of Blades.
This is why we
it's
don't talk in Discord about a deck before we go live. All the
you're
good stuff has
you
already been said.
you are correct. We shouldn't do that anymore. So Cultivator of Blades, it's a good card when it's like brought back with Godpharaoh's Gift, but when you want to hardcast it, it's just really bad. So that's why there's only the one of in there. But just in general, when you bring it back, and if you have an Angel of Invention, you can just start attacking for 19 per turn, just with those 2 cards. So basically, if you just have the one Cultivator of Blades that's brought back with Godfarrow's Gift, you have a 6/6 that pumps all of your other dudes whenever it attacks. It kind of feels like a win more, but with the amount of lifelinkers and stuff that we have, we can use it just to get ourselves back in the game. So I mean, it's kind of a horse apiece. So like I'm on the fence about it, but I really like it just as one piece of spice.
Understood. I was actually thinking about, like, could we fit a Path to Exile in this deck? Or not Path to Exile, Path of Exploration.
Oh, I don't know if we need it.
Well,
Like we have,
I was just thinking it would be a great piece of spice in this deck.
yeah,
I mean,
but
it would give everything coming back even more. Well, so the one thing I liked about the Explorer creatures as in a GPG deck was you get 5/5s, and our meta is currently a battle of 4/4s.
mhm.
So like this trumps, like they automatically beat the the opposing 4/4s when they come back if they explore properly. Um, Unless you just pull lands, and I guess that makes sense why you would only have 22 lands.
Mhm.
So, um,
Because like I don't usually need to hit 5. Like it's helpful, but I only need to really hit 3. And then eventually I can hit 5 from there. But once I hit 3 and a bunch of creatures in the graveyard, I can just pop gate and then start going off.
understood. Do you really need the additional Gifted Aetherborn and Kite Self Rebooter out of the side? Or
Gifted Etherborn is mostly just to shore up the aggro matchups, and then Kite Sail Freebooters just like so I don't die to control. I don't know if they're really necessary, but the Freebooter I think is more necessary than the Etherborn.
okay, so the main reason I ask is I only see one copy of Angelus Sanctions in the entire 75, and I like Cast Out looks like it could be either an Angel of Sanctions or maybe I like
Yeah,
the Ixalan's Binding. I love Gonti in this deck. I really like Gonti in this deck.
yeah. The thing is, why I put the Cast Out and the Ixalan's Binding in there is I didn't want literally everything that I had to be creatures. So I'm okay with that in the main deck, but in the sideboard, I didn't want all of my answers to be creatures where literally everything I do just dies to Fumigate.
Why Pan in the side? What deck are you bringing Pan in against?
Just about any grindy matchup, like mostly the Gift Mirror, like maybe just a Sultai mid-range deck or a blue-black mid-range deck. I'm bringing in Panharmonicon just to help me grind out the opponent. It's it's
I get how good it is. I'm actually looking to see if it could be main board. I mean, if you're going to run it, like why wouldn't it just be main board? Like if it's in the
yeah,
75, why would this like it seems like if you're bringing in just for those matchups that might go on into 5, 6, 7, 8. Um, I mean most gift decks survive to hardcast gift.
exactly.
So it's like it aren't you the deck that makes the games grindy? Like
Yes.
so in theory, if your deck's working at all, you're in a grindy matchup.
I mean,
You
if
can
I'm going
outgrind
into
most decks. That's like
if I'm
what's the beauty of this thing.
yeah. Also, if I'm going into grindy matchups, I'm probably bringing in Freebooters, Scavengers, and Fairgrounds Warden, and probably another Gonti. So that's more enter the battlefield triggers and taking out stuff like Sacred Cat and maybe even Gifted Etherborn. So I'm just adding more ETBs and taking out stuff that doesn't really work quite so well with Panharmonicon. So it's more of a package plus the matchup dependent.
So how do you feel about one more gifted in the sideboard and just put some Panharmonicon main?
Um, I
Like I
mean,
just think that if
Panharmonicon is
I
so
just
much spice.
it is a ton of spice and it is your value engine. Like so I'm looking at the deck and I'm going, all right, yeah, there's a ton of explore, but explore does not really give you like true card advantage. It gives you land advantage. Like you're going to hit your land drops, but you're not going to like explore into another creature into your hand that turn, you know, like it's just not going to happen unless your GPG's already down. So, and then another thing I like about the gate is in the explore decks, you can get to the point where you're actually pitching all of those extra lands and then drawing, like you're technically drawing cards at that point. So you kind of got to get into this value town where you're trading these explored lands in for like actual cards. I know a land is an actual card and you always want to hit your land drops, but you get what I'm saying about like all
Mm-hmm.
of the draw in the deck is 100% like land feed. I mean, it's just I don't know what to call it, but it's only going to feed you lands. It's not going to feed you, you know, more Angel of Inventions unless you're throwing them in the graveyard because you already have your GPG down. Like the whole deck is based around having to build value. So
Mm-hmm.
I I just really think like I just think that if we're gonna play it in the 75, like what? All right. So as of right now, I feel that they're what one, two. I don't know. Maybe we can call that a piece of spice. It's like so, like these three cards are the only cards being used as spice anyway. Everything else looks like it's just perfectly what you want. I love Walking Ballista with Gate to the Afterlife decks.
Yeah, Walking Ballista in this deck is really good. Like this version of Gift is definitely tuned for the Mardu and just mono red matchups, just because I have a bunch of lifelinkers and I'm playing Walking Ballista, and a couple flyers as well. So it's like I want to stop aggro and then I want to punch him in the face. So it's like And if I run into those grindy matchups main board, then I have the Noxious Yearhulk and now the Panharmonica and Cultivator of Blades to shore those up.
Have you thought about Weaponcraft Enthusiast any?
Why?
Instead of that Gifted Aetherborn in the side? You just you're just biding time is the only thing you want anyway.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
he bides
Weaponcraft
time really.
Enthusiast doesn't like it doesn't trade up very well though.
What do you mean?
The Aetherborn has Death Touch is the thing.
This
And
becomes
I
a
like
6.
trading
This
those.
becomes a 6/6 the next time when it comes back.
Yeah, it's fair.
Or like you play it early, like you play it on turn 3 and create, 3 blockers for 3 mana.
Mm-hmm.
And like, how much more time should you need after that? I mean, how quick can we get? Okay, so what is the max speed we can get 6 creatures in the graveyard?
6 creatures in the graveyard?
Okay, let's talk about that math. Like, let's see if we can find the golden nut here. Like, what would be?
It's like turn 3.
All right, so you ain't GPG on
implying...
3. You ain't GPG on 3.
Yeah, well, like, it's implying that my opponent blocks a Sacred Cat.
Okay, so
like turn 1 you Sacred Cat, turn 2 you explore creature, you bid the creature, and then you dump 4 Walking Blisses for 0.
All right, so
that's 6 creatures in the bin.
All right, so that's the living the dream right there, though, right?
Yeah, that is the nuts.
I mean, you would want to. I don't even think I would want to dump 4 Walking Blisses if I was going to gate on 3. So even if you gate on 3, you're still not. You still can't
crack it.
Right. So the earliest.
So you only want 6 in the graveyard by turn 4.
If you gated on 3, and if you gated on 3, you can't spend mana on 3. So can this consistently do it on 5?
On 5, probably.
And you know why 5, right? Like.
Yeah.
Because you play it and do it all at once, just bam, done.
Gate crack.
Yeah, exactly. Gate crack.
I mean, we have the 8 explore creatures.
Okay.
Or 8 2-mana explore creatures and the 4 Jade Lights. So we have a ton of explore creatures just to dump creatures, and then we have the 4 Walking Ballistas. So I think 5 is reasonable.
Magic Man, Magic Jefe? Thoughts? Floor is you guys.
Well, with the changes you've made so far, I agree with the deck a lot more because I was a little concerned with the mana intensity of the green and the white. But I like this a lot better than I liked the other one before. The synergy is there too. Especially that Panharmonicon. I mean, come on.
Panharmonicon is so good.
All right, so I guess let's look at maybe the sideboard here.
Yeah, sideboard, like Deathgorge Scavenger, aggro, gift matchups, Fairgrounds Warden for just shoring up other creature stuff. And then the rest of it's just kind of there because it can be.
No, not that one. Did you see the new... Go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh, I was going to say I'm not very good at building sideboards because when I think sideboard, I always think of what am I going to lose against. So I don't know. There's a lot of options right now.
So when I first start on a sideboard, I think 3 archetypes, increase my matchup versus all 3, and then specify per deck. So in the control matchup, what would we bring in?
Like specifically for this one?
Yeah.
For control, I guess.
We got Kitesail Freebooter, and then we also have Brontodon, depending on which type of control deck they have. And then we have Cast Out, Gonti, Binding, and Carnage Tyrant.
All right, so all of this first row here is good against control, right? Death Gorge Scavenger is actually like super good against aggro. It's
Yes.
crazy good against aggro. It's almost deceivingly good against aggro, but because it looks like, oh, this is a control card, but against blue black control, yes, but against like blue white control, no. You guys agree with that? Would you bring this in versus approach?
No.
No.
Okay. Would you bring it in versus blue black control?
Maybe.
Possibly, depending on whether or not they're actually running Scarab God, but why wouldn't you run Scarab God?
So when I say blue black control, I mean the tier 1 version that's floating around. 2 the Scarab Gods, 3 Torrential Gearhulks.
Then most certainly.
All right. Because like your 4/4s come back as 5/5s. I mean, that block, like the Scarab God has to block those, and he doesn't live through it. And then you turn, like the next turn or at the second main phase, you play a Death Gorge Scavenger. I like that. So these are the control cards, and then against aggro we have this row. So 7 versus 8. So are you thinking that, of course, against certain aggro we bring in Carnage Tyrant anyway? I mean, Carnage Tyrant, what? He comes in against anything that doesn't have a board wipe? No Fumigate? You see a Carnage Tyrant?
I mean, not all the time. Like, basically, I just bring it in against tokens or other small creature decks or control. So, like, kind of if they don't have a Fumigate, but also just like, if I can get in with it very easily, then yes, I'm bringing it in.
Okay. So now we've talked about how you beat control and how you beat aggro, and I'm going to trigger chat right here. How do you beat the third archetype combo? How do you beat approach? Yes, I call approach combo.
Gonti.
Gonti?
Try to race him. That's my plan right now.
Okay. So no Lost Legacy, nothing like that. Just
yeah.
Kitesail freebooters and
Kitesail, Gonti, race him.
all right. Let's think of another combo deck that is floating around. Whirler Virtuoso combo. I've seen it a little bit more lately.
I haven't seen any of those.
Decoction Module, Whirler, Infinite Thopters.
Yeah, I guess I'd bring in Binding Cast Out, Fairgrounds Warden, and then
Gaza's over here screaming Lost Legacy, man. Like Gonti and Lost Legacy. He's like,
I don't think he knows how much I love Lost Legacy.
Do you?
I played 4 in my main board once.
Oh my goodness, why would you do that?
Okay. It was a combo deck. I was targeting myself with it.
Oh, okay. You were playing the Scourge?
I was doing the Eternal Scourge deck.
Oh man, yeah. That's a cool deck. This way, if you don't know what to pull, if you don't like, Approach was on the prowl back then
Approach
too.
wasn't out yet. Well, it was out, but like Approach wasn't good yet.
Gideon or Gideon's Intervention. Have you thought about those?
Yeah, I mean,
like, you're not really worried about naming something, are you?
No.
What's up, Andrew? How you doing, bud? For the Horde, welcome. Want to do a legacy with the new Squee? Really?
Me too, Horde. Me too. Except you only need 1 Squee because it literally doesn't die.
Really? I honestly haven't even looked at the new Squee, but
you can cast it from your graveyard or exile.
And exile, yeah.
And from exile, like they just can't get rid of Squee.
Like they actually can't get rid of Squee.
Well, ain't that a thing? All right.
Unless Ixalan's binding it.
That works. Okay.
That works.
Because then you can't cast something
with the name.
Yeah. All right. So Ixalan's binding, the only way to get rid of it. Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. That's pretty sweet. All right, so we're not putting any Lost Legacies in this sideboard.
I don't know if we need it. Maybe just like more Gontis.
And then I am all about more Gontis.
More Gonti. See if we can race them because like.
What do we lose? What do we take out for Gonti? Kitesail?
Do we cut a Kitesail and a Brontodon?
Maybe. Gonti is super sweet.
Gonti's great.
Can you hear me now?
We
Yeah.
can,
Yeah.
Magic Hefe. What's up, fella?
I don't know what's going on. I've been trying to talk about a bunch of stuff, and like no one's talking back, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Well, we can hear you now, good sir, so let her rip. What are your thoughts on this deck?
Uh-oh.
We lost him again. We lost him.
Oh no.
Gate to the Afterlife is one of my favorite archetypes, and I really like I really love Walking Ballista, like you said. I don't know how many games I have been able to just combo off with Walking Ballista. You get the 0 cost Walking Ballista out, and then you get to gain a life and draw a card, discard a card, and you can cycle through your deck with the 1 Ballista, and 1 Ballista can become 2 cards easy in the graveyard.
Because of Gate to the Afterlife?
Yeah, when Gate to the Afterlife's in play, it can just, if you have 1 in hand and you have another creature in hand, it's really easy just to count that as 2 in your graveyard instantly.
Okay. I was trying to pull most of the deck into one page here, so we can kind of look at it a little bit more. I also agree. I think that if I am going to do the 0 mana Walking Ballista, I'm normally going to do it on 3 or after 3, after the gate is on the battlefield. There's just not a lot of value in throwing it down super early. As you know, for 0 mana, you can cast it just about whenever you want. I know for some people it's like, wow, you're casting a Walking Ballista for 0, you're just throwing a card away. But I mean, if you guys remember, Avacyn, I mean, Walking Ballista was like her buddy, because you could just be like, bam, Avacyn on 5, Walking Ballista for 0. You know, flip, wipe your board. Yeah, it was great. So it's not the first time we've been casting Walking Ballista for 0. I like the Walking Ballista interaction. What do you think about Panharmonicon, Jeff, or Hefe?
I really want to play Panharmonicon in the deck now. I almost want to play 2 Panharmonicons if I was going to do it.
See,
and I never saw the Cultivator of Blades as a combo, but that's really perfect for Godfarrow's Gift in play. And I was wondering, like with chat, where's the Chupacabra? Why not Chupacabra?
Okay, I was actually looking at Noxious Gearhulk myself, going, where's the Chup?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. Chup comes down on 4. Gearhulk's going to gain you some life. I mean,
Gearhulk dies to a braid. I think that I had Gearhulk in the first version where I was running.
Chupacabra dies to Magma Spray, though.
Yeah.
Dying is a big difference from being exiled.
It's true.
I worded that sentence completely horribly. That one too.
Yeah.
You know you discard
English is hard. How do I discard it?
Either with the Explore mechanics or Gate to the Afterlife trigger.
Okay.
Discard
like,
what?
Explore doesn't discard.
Discard the Chup and then bring it back later.
Yeah. So
as a 4 toughness.
Like the only way you're discarding in this deck is Gate. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Gate's the only way I can actually discard.
So this deck is prepared to hardcast most of these things the first time, right?
Yeah.
And we're going to do that with 22 land?
I'm running 12 Explore creatures. I mean, that's fine.
Okay. All right.
I only have to hit 5.
Well, that's multiplayer. I don't want to get into multiplayer. No way. Is Brawl actually a format yet? Like, are we going to be...
It is as soon as it gets released on MTGO.
So it is going to be on MTGO?
Yes, as soon as Dominaria comes out, they say they're going to release it.
Oh my goodness. All right, guys. I know we're a standard channel, but Brawl is it's standard Commander.
Yeah, so that counts.
That counts. I'm not a big fan of Commander, but I'm actually highly interested in an Alindra deck I'm brewing. I'm so enamored with vampires right now that I really want to run that Alindra deck. It's like You could just be a perfect lord. Or Vona. I don't care. He could be either one. Oh, wow. He scooped on me. My bad. I was talking. My bad, dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna end up building Campbell for Brawl.
Okay. That's a good cheap creature. Wow.
Yeah, it's cheap creature. It's really mean in normal Commander. I don't know what it's gonna be like in Brawl. Probably not as good, but
I'm going to keep. This doesn't look like a bad hand, even if I was just going to give a fair fight.
yeah, looks fine. I mean, it looks like the white green tokens deck, just a little strange. Or
Right?
white green
So
aggro.
I wonder how many games you're going to be able to pull through and your opponent have no clue what you are until they're already staring at a GPG and an angel.
Yeah, I mean, it might just look like a very strange Abzan deck to begin with, and then it's like, oh, hey, that's what you're doing.
Right. And I actually like that idea because by the time they figure it out, it might be too late.
And they wouldn't have saved their braids at all
Right.
because they don't know what you're doing.
I
Like with blue white, it's so obvious that you're playing Godpharaoh's Gift. Turn 1 Sacred Cat, turn 2 Search for Kanta. You're playing Gift.
well,
Oh,
so far this 22 land has been horrible.
yeah.
We're not getting the lands we need. We ain't never gonna hard cast this angel. I mean, how are we getting double black? So
You have double black.
that's called sarcasm, my friend.
I do kind of want to trade out the Gifted Aetherborn and go with. I would want to go with another Panharmonicon just because seems like spicy and fun, and then play another one of the other ones and just go sideboard with the Gifted Aetherborn.
Understood. I can see more panharmonicon, but I also think that the more panharmonicons you put in the deck, the more likely you're going to weaken the overall chance at fighting a fair fight, because if you pull that and have to play it on turn turn 4, you didn't actually do anything to the battlefield the turn you played it. So I just went for more bodies so that we can just have a bigger angel. I mean, he might have double white here. Do you think we should go for the angel with the fabricate or go wide?
At this point in the game, we're already forcing the fumigate, so I think we might as well just go tall.
I don't think we're going to see a fumigate in this deck.
Okay, well, I mean, he might be playing Abzan.
Okay.
Unless,
I mean, I agree. I mean, he could be playing an Abzan.
I don't know. We might wait for this hour to resolve, but
It is Abzan.
it is Abzan. Okay, so we're already forcing the fumigate with the board state that we have, so we might as well just go tall. And
Okay.
then have him not get as much value off of the fumigate.
I would actually go with the opposite suggestion and go wide because
So he
either way,
gains more life.
you're gonna lose it. And if he doesn't have something to go wide or to get rid of Angel, then either he's gonna target the Angel and get rid of it, or he's gonna kill everything. So if you're gonna just lose the
All right.
Angel,
All right.
I'd
So
rather be
we're looking at Vraska's Contempt versus Fumigate, right?
yes.
If he has Vraska's Contempt, we lose the Anthem anyway. If he has Fumigate,
Yeah.
we're going to give him 2 more life.
I
Like-
think he'd just rather go for the fumigate over the Ross's Contempt in this scenario anyway, because he doesn't know what we're playing. He probably doesn't think we're on gift.
I don't know. Angel kind of. All right. So
Angel's kind of a giveaway card, but he could just be used in this deck. Like, it just looks like a strange deck.
I'm going to assume he's not playing Fumigate here, and I'm going servos.
Okay.
Like, that could be wrong, but I'm going to go wide.
All right.
And then I'm just going to offer the trade here to everything. Sure. I'm not even going to shoot him. Kill the zombie. I mean, if he's an Hour of Promise deck, he might have the Fumigate, but most of those Hour of Promise decks only have like 1 or 2 Fumigates in the whole deck.
To me, he's probably about to play approach or something.
Well, if he's got Fumigate, we'll see it right here.
That is true for sure.
Yep.
And if he has approach, then
There
he's
it is.
kind of dead. Okay. Yeah.
It was a Fumigate. Okay, well, we can rebuild.
We can rebuild.
Seeker Squire. I can cast that next turn. I'm actually going to put that on top.
Okay. And do you just ballista for one?
Yeah.
Like,
Mana
yeah,
usage.
I guess.
And then next turn I can Seeker Squire and pump Ballista.
Yeah, seems alright.
I mean, what was the other option? Not use our mana?
I guess. Make a bigger ballista next turn. Like, it's not great.
Unless he drops a creature, and then you'll just Noxious Gearhulk.
Right. Well, I'm actually expecting if he has any creatures at all, those creatures are
It'd
going to
be
be
Hour of
Carnage Tyrant and Hour of Promise. So,
Or Zakama. Because he could be playing the acquisition deck with Zakama
right.
in the side. Yeah. So if he goes for that, then. Oh, that's an Immortal Sun.
Yes. Yes, that is an Immortal Sun.
So
Okay.
if he's going Immortal Sun, is he going the Sandworm Convergence?
Maybe. I just like Immortal Sun in most of those Hour of Promise decks anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have pumped right there beforehand. I guess we can leave our mana open and pump at the end of turn here, or pump when he goes to do something. I expect him to actually use his If Near Deadlands here. I mean, he's still got 6 cards in hand, so he could use it. He could do a bunch of stuff. Makes double black.
He might be doing Twilight Prophet Ascend type of thing too.
Yahini's Expertise.
That is a card.
Yep, that is a card. Well, we'll punch him for 2. Doomfall our hand, exile our Noxious. So we've got creatures in the grave. We just need gate. We've got 6 outs here, or 6. No, well, not outs, but 6 cards that we could pull for God Pharaoh's Gift.
Mm-hmm.
7.
Like, even a Panharmonicon's fine.
Seeker Squire wasn't exactly what I was looking for.
Yeah. But you might hit something off the top.
I think I want to keep a Ballista with all this mana.
Yeah, you do. Just because, like, you know.
I mean, if he's
you
using
got a
things
ton of
like
mana.
Yahini's Expertise, and we can get a Ballista for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Easy. Yeah.
Yeah, get a Ballista for 4, and then if you get to untap with it, pump it for 2 more, just keep punching him.
I wonder if we get to attack here with this 2/3. Is he sacrificing a desert? What's going on? Wish we had Legacy in the sideboard. It would feel better, wouldn't it? Bam, Sandworm Convergence.
Mastermind's Acquisition, Hour of Promise, anything. But we get to bring in a lot of Gontis.
Correct.
And
we might be the Immortal Sun Sandworm Convergence when we bring 3 Gontis out of the side.
Exactly.
Alright, so we can go to 6 this turn. Or this next turn. Alright, so we can start making our Ballista into a 6/6. Still don't want to block with it at that point, but oh no, there went all the cards in the graveyard.
Dang.
Yep. Like we're going to have to prepare to fight fair against this opponent because he's got too many ways to just go get his graveyard removal. You know, Hour of Promise into a Scavenger Grounds is he shouldn't have to worry about any graveyard strategy. Well, fine, opponent.
Maybe we just board out the gift plan.
Or maybe don't show him the gift line because he might not realize we're gift.
Right.
Now.
Yeah, he may
Yeah,
not.
but if he has, like if he has a ton of graveyard removal, he'll just be prepared for it anyway.
He might not grab it with the Hour of Promise though. If he does, if we don't show it to him this game.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's his compass. I'm going to take this hit. I don't think we can. Well, I mean, we're dead next turn, so we can't attack. Well, well, that's unfortunate. Okay, did not see a gate to the afterlife. Gonti 100% coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Brontodon?
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't think Fairgrounds Warden's what we need.
No, I don't think so.
Alright, so we could probably cut the Gifted Aetherborns.
Yeah.
I really like everything that has flying or something like that. So I like the Kite Sails, I like the Angels. Cultivator is going to make us huge. What else we cut here? Just trim up. Alright, so this is the Merfolk's the aggressive one. Squire is the defensive one. So maybe cut a Squire. Ballista?
What do we got on the top end?
We could cut Noxious.
We could cut Noxious. I don't know if we really need Noxious.
Do we want to run with Ixalan's Binding? Get like the Compass or something like that.
This deck does have one Field of Ruin.
This one
You
does?
could also hit the
That was for the
Sandworm.
Horde.
We do have a field? I didn't even... Yeah, we do have a Field of Ruin. Okay. Like, so for the Horde likes Binding and Cast Out here. I'm kind of, like, I kind of want Binding, but I also definitely think I want this Panharmonicon in this deck.
Yes, definitely Panharmonicon here.
Right. I'm going to
I was
shave
thinking about taking up the Sacred Cat.
Yeah, I'm actually shaving a cat for a Binding. I'll
And
hold on
maybe,
the Cast Out. Like, I want to keep the creature count as high as possible.
That's true.
Yeah, like I do worry about like sideboarding too many things out because then you're like one of the things that makes these decks so sweet is their high creature count. So we get started, but we don't get to start exploring with this hand. This hand's scary. How much can we trust that there's another land coming? It kind of looks like a mulligan, guys.
Yeah, there's only 20 lands left.
Right. I mean, if we hit a green, we're probably golden, but I think I'm going to mulligan that hand.
Yeah,
I'd mulligan.
Hey! That was a good mulligan. That was a good mulligan. At least it should be.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all that matters.
Cultivator.
Branch Walker will help us find the land too. Sorry.
Absolutely. You're 100%. That's why I was like, oh yeah, this looks so much better. And we've got our gate, so we might actually get to play that little strategy here.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he knows what we are, but
At least he has a suspicion.
yeah, he did sack the graveyard.
Hmm.
Yeah, but suspicion doesn't mean he actually knows.
Yes.
This is true.
Like he
he
knows
didn't.
we're up to some graveyard thing with the amount of explore creatures that we're running, um, and then with the angel, like that's the suspicion.
Right. Plus, I am just freely binning these cards.
Hmm.
Um, Magic Hefe, if you would, could you get the cards that you're wanting for the next deck? Like post them somewhere there in Discord, so like I'll be able to just see them instead of us like reading them off, and I have to pull them up and stuff like that. Like the idea that you're wanting us to work through or whatever. Could you get those posted in Discord for me?
Yeah, I can do that.
Thank you, sir. That's going to make it a lot easier and more fluid for us to jump into yours after this. Much appreciated. I probably should have gated there, but I just want a branch walker again.
Yeah.
I just want to put more threats down right now, as I think he's a couple turns from actually being able to, to start wiping the board or anything like that. So I just want to start pushing a little more pressure right now.
I think that was the better play anyway because you got Sun Petal in your hand.
Right. Exactly. I wanted to make sure that these would come in. Andrew, kill shot. What? Oh, I get it. Oh, all right. Andrew's like, got him. Bow. Uh, he's down to 700 health. I got him. Nice, nice, Andrew. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Uh, well,
Where do you want me to? Where do you want me to post it on the Discord? On the chat or
yeah,
deck building?
just in chat or right there, so we can like everyone that's in the Discord can see it and stuff. So
Yeah.
Doomfall, no, they went our gate. All
Oh
right, well,
no. Now they know what we're on.
if you take my gate, that compass is gone, dude.
You take my gate, I take your life.
Yeah, you take my gate, that compass is gone. Unless I top deck something good off top. He took my gate. I warned him. I
We
warned
hit
him.
a Panharmonicon. Oh
Right,
boy.
yeah, we hit a Panharmonicon, I'll play it.
Yeah.
All right, 7 pictures in there.
Ooh, I like the pictures.
Oh, wow, you
I
threw the
like
pictures up. Cool.
I like a
Nice.
couple of the pictures.
Let me, ooh, Path to Discovery. Yeah, it was you that was saying, hey, let's work on this.
Oh boy.
All
What are
right.
we naming?
Like what kind of meme is this?
What mimic? What are we naming?
Probably servos.
Yeah, Servo. Its Mimic is with animation module. It's animation module Path to Discovery deck, basically.
Cool.
Yes, I want to play animation module, and the mimic, and I want to make multiple servos that way. I also want, hopefully, to have Rishgar in play, which at that point I can tap all my servos for mana. And then if I actually happen to have Sama in play, I can make infinite servos because all the servos have haste.
Wow.
And then for funsies, I put Ravenous Intruder and the Reckless Fireweaver in there because it would just be fun.
Understood. Well,
Okay. Well, it's a deck.
well, I actually like the idea of animation module and Path anyway. I don't know if I would build those around a. I'm not going wide here. I'm going tall on this one. He might have a Vraska's Contempt, but I want to just start, hitting him as hard as possibly. I guess stopping the zombies would help, but getting over the top, I think, is going to be where I want to be too.
James, the pictures are in Discord if you want to go check them out.
There should be a link to the Discord in the description box, guys. If you guys want to join our Discord, that's the medium at which the VoIP, is that what it is? Voice over IP. that we're using to communicate? Whatever.
Yeah, it's under the general chat of your Discord channel.
Sweet.
Does, does anybody need the invite to the Sideboard MTG Discord channel?
It's in the description box. It's got an open invite.
Oh, okay.
Oh, James is locked out because we only have room for
Four slots.
Yeah. We tried to have more slots than that, and we're
It
flooding.
just doesn't work.
Why are we
Sorry,
flooding?
I showed up today.
It's all your fault, Magic Man. It's all your fault.
It's all cool.
So,
Blame
Did
me.
did did
We
you guys
got
just see everything
two-
blink out, like everything turned black?
Yeah,
No, I wasn't paying attention.
I was. It only happened for like a split second though.
Right. Huh. That was
Hmm.
weird.
Was that like the stream?
No, that was just the game turned completely black. Did the entire stream go black? Or was chat still up there?
I believe chat was up there.
Yeah, so like I believe just the game went completely black for a second. That was weird.
Alright, well, Moto doesn't like you officially.
We know this. Me and
Well, I
Moto-
mean, be giving you all
oh
these
my
lands.
goodness! Last night,
Last night was rough.
and now we're playing a 22 land deck, and I'm just crushing it.
You're doing a Terran right now.
Oh man, the stream curse gets him so bad, doesn't it? I haven't got a chance to watch him
think-
much lately, but
I
man,
think for you, it isn't a stream curse; it's a me curse. Because whenever you play my deck, you
right?
just lose.
I don't think I'm making like horrible decisions here. I mean, I'm playing
you're
what
not.
what we can do. I mean,
Like, you
Nah.
do what you can.
It's just been what you're drawing into, and it's not your fault.
Yeah.
it's the deck's fault. It's the builder. It's the builder. That's what it is. Blame
Blame
the decks.
blame the builder. It's Bob's fault.
Fight me.
Yeah. Well,
Hey, did you submit to MTGO last night about the
Gideon thing.
problem?
So
Yeah,
that's a
no,
known bug.
it's a known bug. Rich looked it up for us. It is a known bug. So
Have done submitted known bugs and they still give me my tickets back.
really,
We could do another league. Yeah, I would submit it and then just get your
We weren't
you have to
gonna
have your
win anyway.
game number. You have to have your game number and everything else, but you can get your tickets back.
okay. Well, I don't know if I can pull my game number because I cover it with my layout.
You can go back with and look up the history when you have the MTGO.
Oh yeah. Just go
Yeah.
through history. All right. Yeah, I never do that. I know some people actually. Well, we get to see what he's got. Yeah, I'll draw a card, discard a card. Sweet.
Yeah,
We
I'm
show-
a poor person. I'm
So-
poor, so anytime I have a problem, I report it just because I want my tickets.
Understood.
That's fair.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Do we swing here? Absolutely. He does block. Oh, could we get there?
He has fumigate in hand. Was that what we saw?
Yeah, fumigate, and he's got. There you go. There's his hand. All right, so we got one. Oh yeah. Discard that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on, creature.
Nice.
Creature. Oh, damn it. All right, well, we're close.
Almost.
So close. I can't bring back the Sacred Cat, in case you guys don't. Like, in case you guys are like,
No,
oh,
I figured.
the opponent goes, phew. All right.
James, the bug last night. Oh, never mind. Zach just told you. The second Gideon's intervention canceled out the first Gideon intervention, so it did not. It let him attack with, it deal damage with the Hazret last night.
Right. So we had I had cast Gideon's intervention on a hazard, and then after I played the second Gideon's intervention, the guy started swinging at me with a hazard, and I took the damage. Like, and it did not stop the damage from happening. I was like, you have got to be kidding me. So, all right, we know the gift is gone. So we know he's got a fumigate, one out of the 2 cards in his hand. Come on, give me something that explores. Well, He's got a scavenger ground, so we don't get there. I wish I would have drawn the God Pharaoh's gift when he was tapped. Oh well. Do we take the Doomfall? Yeah. We don't want him to exile our dude. And there goes the graveyards. Boom goes the dynamite. Fighting this deck in a fair fight is not going to be easy. Not going to be easy at all.
We just whiffed on Panamanicon and Gonti.
Right. Oh my goodness. If that was our next two cards. Oh, that'd be so good. Do I like start? I think I want to like hold a land in hand, and then start doing this. So in case I need to hold on to something, we can. Like I don't like being like hell bent while we're doing this. Is this a Masterminds acquisition deck? Or
I
just,
don't even know anymore.
or is it just the Sandworm Convergence? And I mean, he's even got Cascading Cataracts in here.
Ooh, that's spicy.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, there was Branch Walker we got rid of. Oh darn. We got him in the wrong order. No pan.
Nice.
Really? We should probably take this Fumigate. So if he does get to making some big dudes or whatever, we can go from
Also,
there.
so he can't cast it.
Right. Also, so he can't cast it, but I'm worried about that Sandworm Convergence. Like, this will help us hold off a little bit longer.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Hoping that we actually get to, like, a God Pharaoh's gift, because... Oh, don't do that. Come on, man. That ain't cool. We knew he'd do it, but... Oh, well. Hi. So, I'm going to take the gift. Take him off double white.
That doesn't actually take out double white because of the Cascading Cataracts.
Does it make 2 white?
It makes any combination, I think.
I don't think it makes 2 white, doesn't it?
Okay,
Just make...
he can pay 5 mana and add 5 mana of any combination, so he can make 5. So he'd
He
have
can
to
make
go
5
1,
white.
2, 3, 4, 5, tap this.
So he has to pay 6 mana to make 5 of
to
it.
cast Fumigate.
Yeah.
Okay, well. Or he could just Vraska's Contempt it and go from there.
Yeah, that works too.
Yeah, that happens.
What is the Angel of Sanctions? What can it grab?
Any
permanent.
non-land permanent.
Non-land permanent. Okay.
Yeah, it's a really good card. So he's got Fumigate in hand that we know of. I'm gonna collapse his hand. This is our Fumigate that we can cast. We're just gonna get beat to death by this zombie, aren't we? Alright, well, we'll make him sack the graveyard at least. Yay, we tried. I'm sure he's got Fumigate and something.
Fumigate something, and he can crack the graveyards.
He has to do it now.
Or just after it resolves.
Right. So this takes him down yet another land?
Yet another land.
Oh.
And this time it has to be scavenger grounds.
Right. Oh my goodness. And that was his last desert, so Hour of Promise doesn't make zombies?
Our promise no longer makes zombies.
Whatever. I'll play it. I ain't scared. Okay, well, I mean, we've got 8 turns before he kills us with this zombie. Surely we will draw something that can do something.
You have a fumigate.
Right, I do. Like, yeah, exactly. I could.
You can
Fumigate a
always
zombie.
fumigate the 2/2.
Man, doesn't that feel bad though?
Yeah, but if it prevents you from dying, it'll prevent you from dying.
This
Frankly,
is
I
true.
agree. It'll force him to play something else.
Right, like so if I just pull nothing, just fumigate and be done with it. Like bam.
Yeah, this turn if you don't do anything, just
Oh dear
fumigate.
goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna wait one more turn. Jeebus fella. If these really need some other thing, like I'm thinking that if he gets to 8 mana, we see Sandworm Convergence. Isn't it 8?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, no worries about trying to get him off mana now.
So he's got 8 next turn.
Yeah. I wonder if he has a second Scavenger Grounds. He does not. He has Ifnir Deadlands.
Ooh, that's really good.
Yep. That he doesn't have enough. Oh my goodness. All right. Yes, I fumigate the Zambi.
All right, well, we go to 13. Man, whoever thought 22 lands would be too many,
And all I
You don't-
want is an Explorer creature.
right?
I was gonna say you didn't actually need to pay white to do that. You could have just paid all your black shit. Stuff.
True, but I looked and it just didn't matter.
Who
We get to keep up.
cares?
We get yeah.
We
It,
don't have any
we
cards
got no
in
cards
hand.
in hand. Like it's just I tap 5 mana.
Like, what could we be representing?
It was also
I know, I
it's
just
also
like to-
it's also habit. It's more habit
I
than
guess
it
it's
is
good to stay in
anything.
habit then.
Right. Well, I mean, in any other situation, you're just not going to be able to cast it. Like so, it's forced habit, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. So call it a punt. There we go. Punt for coffee time.
No,
It's a punt.
I was just saying like for fun, you
Paying
know.
5 generic mana for
Right.
a fumigate.
I didn't pay 5 generic mana. Dang it.
Paid 2 white. Darn.
We know he's got
If you
fumigate.
lose.
We know he's got fumigate, right?
Yeah,
Let
just
him
put counters
fumigate.
on it.
Yeah.
Force the issue.
I just want to draw
No.
some. Like if fumigate's his only answer here,
Yeah, just put
Then
one
just make
counter.
him
Don't
spend it
serve
for
those.
1.
although he's got 4 cards in hand, and he's got
So,
Let him kill it. We can get to the we can bring it back with the Godfrey's gift.
right. Well, I want that to happen. I'm just worried that he's got like Doomfall, Vraska's Contempt. I'm no longer
Yeah.
worried about Scavenger Grounds. Like it was pretty cool that the deck was able to push him to get rid of his Scavenger Grounds. He is a desert deck. To the point where we made him get rid of so many deserts trying to control us that he cast an hour, a late game hour, and was unable to get zombies. Like we're on turn 16. He cast it like 3-4 turns ago, and
Yep.
and was still unable to get zombies. So that's saying something about the grind of this deck. Speaking of the grind of this deck, where's that Panharmonicon?
right? That's why I put it in here.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Well, there's an approach.
Exiling?
There's an approach.
That's not what I was expecting. But you know what?
That's kind of
It's
exactly
better than
what
I
I was
thought.
expecting out of this deck.
I think it's a Zakama.
You think it's Zakama?
I'm thinking Zakama.
Well, he doesn't show us what he got, but I get the
Nope,
feeling we're about to
doesn't have
find
to.
out.
He's got 7 mana, so
Oh no. Can't even.
That's a walking list.
Yep, can't even cast it for 0.
why can't you cast it for 0?
Because Angel's the Lord, it would make it a 1/1 and it wouldn't die.
Oh,
I mean, you could cast it for 1 and shoot itself.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
pretty funny.
Wow. All right,
it's already. Wait till next turn.
well, we'll do that next turn, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then you bring it back to the 4/4.
Right, right. Like I can shoot him for a couple of the points, and then the last point I just shoot the walking ballista.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, true. Just pump
Perfect.
the crap out of them.
Right. So we'll just do that next turn.
Hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm helping.
Yeah, we're playing an actual game. It is coffee time. We brewed with the deck. We talked about the deck. We've got, everybody at the table here. And hey, Rush, I got a story to tell you. I decided I was going to build a new perspectives deck last night. And you know what I put in put as my win con? And I actually
Fling.
got, yes.
What
Beat
was
you
it?
to it.
Yep, new perspectives fling.
That's why it was so bad. You were playing Fling.
One fling, one vile manifestation, one approach. Those are the three cards that were.
That was your problem.
What should it have been? Just one approach.
Yeah.
I actually had no
More
problem with
cycles.
holding too many cyclers.
Like Vile Manifestation, sure. But Fling, really?
I don't think I shot him, did I? He just killed it.
Yeah.
Oops.
No, you didn't. It's okay.
Oh well. We have an
Oops.
angel.
And
Right.
Andrew's already punted you on it.
Oh, it got me, Andrew. I'm sorry. I started talking to Rush there. You let him push the ballista without pinging him. Yeah, you are 100% right, Senor Andrew. And with him going to get like approach right now or whatever, man, what is he going to get? So that was what, 4 points of damage I missed out on.
If you don't win by 4, we're going to call you out on it.
Oh, I gotta win by 4. Okay. We're skewing the odds now. All right. Okay. Well, he made red mana. Uh-oh. He's making red mana. I'm getting scared. He's casting Zakama. What is he doing? What did he get out of his sideboard that is red mana?
Zakama.
It is, ain't it? Look at him. 2 red, green, double white.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That's Zakama.
This is Zakama. Can we beat
That's
Zakama?
what they always grab. It's really annoying.
Can we beat Zakama? Is it
I mean,
possible?
you can. It's not very likely, but you can. He's about to blow up your whole board, though.
How? Can he destroy artifacts, enchantments?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, he can at least destroy enchantments, destroy artifacts. Also deal damage to creatures. So, Angel's going away.
that's fine.
Facelon's Binding is going away.
All right. So, oh no, it's destroy target artifact or enchantment.
Oh, well, we're dead.
Yep. Well, that was fun.
Wow.
Yep.
Man,
I'm just going.
every time.
I'm just going to hit F6. We'll see what he does.
Smash that concede button.
Nah, we're just going to hit F6.
Uh,
I did. I cast the dude, and then I only had like 13 in the graveyard, and then I just cycled it. Like he went to kill it with a Vraska's Contempt, and I just cycled a whole bunch on top of the Vraska's Contempt, and then flung. So, yep, fling for 20. No, don't do it.
Goodbye, everything.
Yeah, this thing got lifelink. I know it's got reach. That's like it's one of what 2 dinos with reach.
yeah, and the other one's a 3/4.
I think it's cool that in the storyline, Watley come riding back into the city on Zakama. That's why Zakama's over top of the city. She returned from the city riding Zakama. Like, that's pretty powerful.
Mm-hmm.
There went the gate. Or there went the, oh, look at that. Boom. Yep.
Yay, board state gone.
Okay,
Oh, look,
well,
a land.
right. Um, he just got the better of us there. I don't think that it's actually anything on the deck, but he definitely just got the better of us.
Yeah.
You think the deck could survive on 21?
I think the deck could probably survive on 21, based on how those two games went.
What would you cut? Can't risk a forest.
No.
I mean, you can risk a forest. You actually have a lot more black than you do anything else.
Yeah, I do have a lot of black, but I
These gifted
also want my
Aetherborns
double green on 3.
bother me.
Yeah. Well, you know. Fogs also bother you, and you played those.
They were in my new perspectives deck.
Well, it's because they cycle.
My new perspectives deck just meets all the criteria for jank, right? We're talking new perspectives, which is
Fogs,
which is a
you're playing
cycling deck,
flames.
and then we've got a Vow Manifestation into a Fling, and we've got Fog. Oh, and it's got Approach, and I've got to put a Mastermind's Inquisition in here because somebody lost Legacy me last night, and I just had to scoop.
Remove approach and the deck is perfect.
No.
My only win
I say
con
add more approach.
being Vile Manifestation. I actually would be willing to remove Approach from the main board and just put in the Masterminds.
It's a joke, really, but yeah.
This way,
No, don't do it.
yeah, I did it. I was wanting to do it anyway because I have this. This just changes Approach from main board to sideboard. I have a copy on the side.
You can always grab it with Mastermind.
That's exactly the point.
That. Think you're behind on stream. Anyway, I'm picking at you there, Jeff. That's exactly what we just did. We took out the main board Approach and put in the Mastermind. But yeah, I'm toying around with that deck. I'm going to tweak it out a little bit more. We'll see what happens. But the deck looks like a lot of fun. So this deck looked like a lot of fun. Well, what could we do to like just not draw 1,000 lands? Albatross, what's up?
Do we just like chop one of the 6 fast lands?
I don't know. Like I actually think we do. I think it's either. I think it's Blooming Marsh.
Yeah, I mean,
Either one gives you your. Go ahead.
I was leaning towards Courtyard, since we want early green and we want early black.
But you won't turn 1 white.
We want turn 1 white, but it's not as important as the turn 2 stuff. So I'm okay passing on the turn 1 Sacred Cat.
Just cut Cat altogether.
I don't think so. I think Cat's your biggest roadblock. Cat is, although I would love to see a Regal Caracol in the deck. Yeah, I'm serious. Like it gives you bodies, goes really well with like. I like the fact that this deck is just full of creatures that go wide, so like you're getting something from them entering the battlefield.
Yeah.
And then Panharmonicon, Godfarrow's Gift.
Oh God!
Regal Caracol.
Like you have some stupid lines to play these decks, these games that are just full of jank, but yet you have other lines where you're just this hardcore Abzan mid-range deck.
Screw it. Let's just replace it with another Panharmonicon.
What? Replace what with another Panharmonicon?
The land we just cut.
So you really like the idea of a pan, huh?
Let's just go.
Just
How many GPGs are in this deck?
2.
Which is normally standard with a gate.
I don't know if we need 2, but if they cast one out, or if they
or if they bind in
one, in some way or another, we want to be able to have one to still get.
Right, you do want the redundancy somewhere.
But we don't want more than 2.
So maybe you don't want all 3 gates then,
or all 4.
or all 4. I mean, sorry.
Why not?
Well, you like that is the card you want to hit, but it makes everything else start working. Like you don't have like it's the only discard in your GPG deck.
It's the only discard, and it just helps us draw cards.
Yeah, that's true, I guess. I'm just thinking out of all the games
And
that we played, didn't we get at least 2 or 3 of them?
we only got it
Once.
the one game. We only played
Yeah, we
two
only got it
games.
one game.
I know
Oh,
it
okay.
was that painful, Magic Man, that it felt like it just wow.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
kind of did.
that's the equivalent of a Zaxadillo deck. He just builds depression right into the cards.
This
Well,
was meant to be a good, fun mid-range deck.
Right,
see,
and
I don't know.
I think it is a good fun mid-range deck. I really do.
But it
Although
takes too long.
it
I
does it
can't build aggro if I try.
It's hard to with the synergy because you want the creatures, of course, but you also want the things to be able to bring them back. I don't know. I think it's just about removing one gate and just try it that way and see how it works. I know we didn't pull it in the first game, but at the same time, 2 games isn't really enough to tell you whether or not that was enough. I don't
right.
know. I just say play with it, not remove it completely.
Yeah.
I think that gifted Aetherborn needs to be removed.
All right. What do we want then?
So let's say we get the other Kite Sail freebooter,
Okay.
and we're no longer trying to hit the. What do we want? I either want a cat or a weapon crafted enthusiast, honestly. Like now that we have a second Panharmonicon, I am super stoked about a cat.
I kind of want to take out the Gear Hulk and go 2 troops.
Mm. Choop sounds really good. Like Choop sounds super good.
Yeah.
But Gearhulk, there's going to be those games, especially now that we took Gifted Aetherborn out, that we really want that life. Choop might be where we want to be.
If we're gonna have to hard cast stuff, Troop's gonna be easier than Noxious Gear Hulk.
This is true. So let's say we throw in and Choop with Panharmonicon or Noxious Gearhulk is great.
Mm.
Again, Choop dies to Magma Spray. Magma Spray is getting a lot of play right now. So I don't know. I kind of 1-1, but Choop could be the missing card there, especially since we lowered the land count. He might be right about the Noxious Gearhulk. Might need to be
I
a
think
Choop.
he's right too. Because Noxious also dies to anything that's artifact removal.
This is true.
So you're kind of trading one for the other, really. I mean,
Right.
Chupacabra is also a target for things like Vraska's Contempt, and it's like, oh, well, do you want to use it on that? I don't think you do, but it's like, it makes them feel bad. So I'd say that over the Noxious Gearhulk, and indeed.
So you have the cats to bring back as 4/4s for your life link. You have Gonties for. Well, you actually have some targeted removal now in Choop. You have Gonties for control.
No rush. We're not putting in Dream Stealer.
Let's find a way to put in Fling.
Oh my god.
I'm going to remove the cast out for Angel of Sanctions. It's another.
Yeah.
It keeps the creature count high, and like this deck is all about creature count and enter the battlefield triggers. Angel of Sanction can come in and grab 2 things if you Panharmonicon. So.
Or even 3.
Oh right, yeah. Let's get ridiculous with it. That would be great. Oh man, that would be so sweet, wouldn't it? Double pan and just start playing stuff.
Double Pan, Angel of Invention, Cultivator of Blades, attack for
Right.
like 37.
I think the deck's good. I just think we flooded. And that's kind of one of the problems when we play a single game. You know, like now we may be too low on land, so we might want to take the. I would say if I was going to trade the lands out, it'd be this one Kite Sail freebooter. Like
Mm-hmm.
if you bring it in, if you want the other land, just throw in the other Blooming Marsh and take out the Kite Sail, and then
But
just
why Kite Sail? I think Kite Sail is good for control. I don't know. Maybe remove one of the Explorers. Because if
or
you're hitting with
Explorers are
land,
like our only way to get a bunch of graveyard.
remove the jank.
Oh, hold up there.
well, I don't know. That's just my opinion again. Sorry.
Again, I mean, like, if I was going to remove anything, I would start cutting what I thought was jank first. And now the biggest piece of jank is Cultivator of Blades because, like, Panharmonicon synergizes so well, but so does Cultivator. I mean, it's a lord for everything when it swings, and it could come back, especially with Panharmonicon, as an 8/8. Jeez.
8/8. Yeah.
Um,
5/5,
yeah, you don't even.
7/7.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. All right,
Yeah.
so here's the other thought. You could play more Weaponcraft Enthusiast in the sideboard over the Gifted Aetherborns, and that lets you go wide more. And then for control, you could actually run Watley. Now, I know just because there's a Cultivator of Blades in there, we ain't got to do the Saffron Olive Cultivator Watley thing. But you've got a ton of cards that create other dudes. Um, I'm just mixed on the double black for the Gifted Aetherborn. But I know you need it for, Chupacabra and stuff like that, and the deck is pretty set in black, so.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it would just be a thought for the sideboard. Your sideboard will change if you do play this deck much. This sideboard would change,
Yeah.
from week to week anyway, but.
Yeah,
For the
sideboard's
horde,
just kind of meh.
we put 2 troops in.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we have 2 troops in here.
There, Chupacabra right here for the horde. We got you. We got you. What's up, James Carr? Welcome to Coffee Time, sir. Speaking of which,
Public edition.
yeah, the public edition.
You know what sounds really fun brewing around? Path of Discovery and animation module.
Yeah, but like,
You actually, I was doing that as you were saying that. I was starting starting the coffee brew here. All right, so we're gonna go path.
I don't have any set on here yet, like how many of each.
Well,
if you just
when I want to start, I'm
if
just
you
gonna
just-
go with 4, and then
you
we'll
just
cut.
start 4 of
Yeah,
everything, and then you work your way down.
right. So let me pull up Discord so I know exactly what we're getting here. All right, so
I can tell you. Also,
we'll see. I was wanting to avoid that.
okay.
So you guys talk about it while I start pulling up cards, and we'll go from there.
I mean, this deck is almost too jank to work.
Oh,
And this is coming from me, mind you.
I don't.
Right.
I don't know if I believe that. Let's see what we got here.
Like, it's real spicy.
It is. It's extremely spicy, but there's just enough like chance for this deck to be ridiculous that it could work. I'm not even pulling a fourth Rishkar.
Yeah, you're not gonna run 4 Rishkar.
Yeah.
And you're not going to run 4 summits either. I guarantee you.
We don't want that summit. We want
Yeah, you're not gonna run 4 Summit.
probably 2.
That's the wrong Summit. Yeah, 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that's the one we want.
Oh no, I was talking about the Planeswalker.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'll start with 3 on the legendaries for right now. We might cut. Okay, so
And then Reckless Fireweaver.
okay, I was on Mimic. Let me get the Fireweaver.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you're good. I got it. That's Werver, Fire Werver. That's right. That's like monitors. All right. Here we go. So the main idea here is Metallic Mimic, Animation Module, Path to Discovery. Go ham. First off, this alone will allow you to run through all of your mana, until you're done. Just Metallic Mimic into Animation Module. Call servos. Servo enters the battlefield. You get a +1/+1 counter for the servo entering the battlefield. That servo will then trigger the animation module. You pay 1 mana into the animation module, create a new servo. It will enter the battlefield, get a +1/+1 counter, and then continue on. The same works for Path to Discovery.
Animation module. Yeah.
All right. So together, this gives you an eight option card to get your second, or eight card slot to get your second piece to the combo. However, you do need combo piece number 1, and then you need a way to produce some +1/+1 counters. So, all right, how do we make mana?
You want to throw 4 of
Still there?
Okay, yeah, sorry, I started getting a phone call for a second. 4 root-bound crags and 4
No. How do we make infinite mana? We can do the land base
how
after
we
we
make-
get the idea. Like, how do we keep paying for animation module?
The other part of infinite mana is over there on the Rishkar and Samut. Samut
okay.
gives you
So you get these two together and you have infinite mana. You have infinite green mana. So you make a dude, he has
Yeah, 'cause
haste, then you can keep going. So then you need the Reckless Fireweaver to kill. So you don't need Ravenous Intruder.
Ravenous Intruder.
Yeah, you don't need Ravenous Intruder because we don't necessarily want to. Well, we could sack them all. So okay. So basically, this is the brunt of the deck right here. Like just this.
Walking Ballista would be great in this too.
Oh yes,
Walking
yes,
Ballista would be great, yeah.
yeah. I definitely
And
think Ballista
If you
goes.
want to cut the Intruder, I'd understand.
Well, maybe even I don't think he's as important as Reckless Fireweaver because you may not be able to swing
agree.
through, and I don't think that we're going to be able to give trample. I mean, you might be able to give trample, but I'm not expecting
If we
trample.
want to ensure more swinging through, we could do Key to the City.
But we don't need discard. Like I'm not even worried about swinging through. I think that this deck, if it goes off, it's just going to kill them. Period.
That's true.
So
Crewfix, hello.
Crewfix, where you been, buddy? What's up? We're doing a public coffee time today. Yeah, I'm throwing in the 4 Walking Ballistas. I think it would be just ridiculous in this deck.
Would you like Jade Light to do with some more
I think we need some way to protect the, or to
module?
keep from being overrun. I think we need more options to keep from being overrun than anything. We do have 20 creatures, which that's plenty to trigger the Path to Exile. Or Path to Discovery. I keep calling it Path to Exile. Path to Discovery.
Do we run Inventor's Fair to find the animation module?
100%. And man, need more. What else works really good with animation module? So animation module, whenever 1 or more counters are put on a permanent you control, you may pay 1. If you do, create a 1/1 colorless servo artifact creature token. And we're just in red-green, so that makes our land base really smooth.
Well, I mean, all exploring would be too decent in this deck. It just depends on what explore you want.
Right. I'm actually just going to grab lands really quick. Would Fabrication module fit in this deck? It gives a counter when you get energy, but I don't think we need hubs, do we?
I don't really think you need the hub. You're going wide with tokens. You could grab stuff with oh, you know what? You could put Groot in here with the Path of Discovery.
Yes, Groot would fit. Actually might even be a
You're
really
going
good
wide.
card. Alright, so let's just go red, green, colorless. And oh my goodness. So many different versions of everything. That'll be better. All right, so let's. How many land do you think we should have to start with? 21? I mean, this thing's going to explore over like just ridiculous amount, right? Or
I'd say 22.
that's the
Maybe
prayer.
I'm.
Okay, 22. Okay. Um, Spire might be decent in the deck.
Yeah, the Inventor's Fair and Spire would be good.
So that's probably our colorless sources right there. And then where are do I have? Am I missing? There they are. So we definitely want the split lands, right? Rootbound Crags.
Yeah, I'd say 4 of both of them.
Right. Yeah, especially in only a 2-color deck. So we're looking at we've got at least 7 more, 8 more lands. Let's say it's 8 lands. Now I gotta go back. I don't know. We'll just do this for now. It's nasty looking island or mountains. And then we can play with a land
Maybe
base
they're
later.
Good Luck Mountains, and you just don't realize it.
Right? Maybe they are. Just
You
use
play
the.
all the
They're
pretty
actually
ones
really
and-
beautiful art. It's just the borders. Like it, I'm hoping that there's at least some lands out of this new set with that new border. Like, come on, give us another border on our lands. Give us something else. Like, people love lands. Let us have pretty lands. Anyway, so let's say that these are going to be our placeholders for lands. We should be able to hit colors like it's crazy. We shouldn't even have to worry about tap lands, like things coming in tap. So we should be able to play on turn whenever we want. All right, we have 10 open spots. I'm thinking explore creatures. You know what? Actually, hold on a minute. I'm going to cut 1 mountain for right now and bring in an arch.
I like Arch too.
I think we can afford to have an arch, especially when we're going to be trying to go wide like this. So,
And
what do you
if you're
guys
going
think about
wide,
explore creatures?
If you're going wide, you can think about all the Ascend stuff.
This is true. I am thinking
So the
about a
Tender
little bit
Shoot?
of a sin right here with 2 Tender Shoot Dryads. Now, let's look at converted mana cost here.
We're pretty tall on the converted mana cost already.
Right. Well, we're topping out at 5, 4, and I think like pretty much everything else should be 2 and 3 drops, or 1 drops.
Which would all be the Explore creatures.
How do you feel about Bomat Courier in this deck?
What about a braid?
Oh,
Fun spiciness.
see, a braid don't sound bad either. Like I
'Cause,
want,
you know,
I
we
want
need
some
removal.
removal. Yeah.
Removal sounds good, yeah.
The green fabricate creature. Cultivator.
I think they're maybe talking about the 6-drop that can't be blocked by power 2 or less.
People keep saying Virtuous Gearhulk too. I definitely think that's a good idea.
Oh
But
wow.
not too many.
Over the Tender Shoot Dryad. I tell you what, I'll leave 1 group. But I agree. I agree with the Gear Hulk. I don't know why I wasn't thinking of that earlier. That is a great way to put out some +1/+1 counters. If you put a +1/+1 counter on what 4 different creatures, will that trigger animation module 4 times?
No, it says
Is
one
it
or
on
more.
4 different creatures?
1 or more
Like-
on a creature, right?
Yeah, if it's
But
1 or
it-
more on
Oh,
any
it would
one
trigger
group.
4 times, wouldn't it?
I don't know. I don't know if it would or not.
Maybe we have to test it.
Pay attention to chat, please.
You do what you want. This is true. You do what you want.
It's hard to pay attention to 4 people in chat and talk with these guys and talk to y'all. I will say that that's why coffee time is normally not a chat kind of thing, but I will do what just happened.
There's a reason I'm the favorite moderator.
I'll just pay attention to the chat.
Wow, that's I
Hello,
see.
Jeffrey.
Ooh, Talani Summoner, durable handicraft.
Telenali's Summoner.
All right, so durable handicraft, Telenali Summoner. All right, so let's say we're gonna grab
You
that
need to
gear
generate
hook.
a ton of extra mana for that, though.
I'm gonna say 2 gear hooks for right now.
Let's chuck in some Llanowar Elves.
Like I don't want to get much higher on this 5 converted mana cost here with this 22 land. All right, so yeah, all right, so we've got a ton of the summoner. I am so interested in a summoner, but that feels like it's just so much jank.
You don't do a whole lot with it, too,
Right.
other
Well,
than just explore a bunch.
It's Jink time coffee brew chat.
right. I got you. I got you. All right. So chat wants a summoner in here, and
Yeah.
all right. So are we looking at? Let's see what else we got here. Durable handicraft. Let's talk about this card. I have actually
Rush, we're
pulled.
playing red-green. We don't need to draw a card.
Okay, so whenever a creature enters the battlefield, you may pay 1. If you do, put a 1/1 counter on that creature.
So it's another way to do animation
Armorcraft
module.
Judge.
You have to pay for it.
Yeah, it's one that draws cards equal to the number of
Rush,
creatures
I
you-
promise you, sir, man, I am paying attention to chat. If you want to keep doing that, you can, but I will definitely pay attention to chat more here. So you don't have to do that. But thank you. I do appreciate it. Durable handicraft. Man, like that this card seems like it's just spicy enough to be in this deck. I have looked at this card a bunch in the past, just going, hey, does that fit? Does that fit in this deck? Does that fit in this deck? And this card is always so close to being yes. So I don't know. I'll pull one down for right now, but it's definitely on the cut list.
Why Voltaic Brawler? Why do you want Voltaic Brawler?
I don't think Voltaic Brawler fits in this deck.
Yeah, I don't either. That's why I'm asking chat why they want Voltaic Brawler.
How many cycling lands? We only got the 4, James. James answered James. That's cool.
Oh man, we can only
Voltaic
play a
Brawler.
playset.
What's the Armorcraft Judge?
Right, Armorcraft Judge. Let's do that. Let's look at Armorcraft Judge. Armorcraft Judge. Whenever Armorcraft Judge enters the battlefield, draw a card for each creature you control with a +1/1 counter on it. 4 converted mana cost.
You don't know if we need to draw cards. Like, we're playing Path of Discovery.
Right, we just want lands and 1 card to start us off. Like, animation modules, like the only thing you're worried about in the opening hand. Like, everything else in the entire deck should fit, and you should hit at least one of your 8 possibilities to go with animation module. At that point, it's just play a dude, pay a mana, pay another mana, pay another mana, pay another mana, pay all my mana, make all the dudes. So you just want something that's going to produce a +1/1 counter every turn.
Yeah. I mean, I would probably cut a Fireweaver or 2, just because like it's not quite as all in as I think we were originally intending.
It
I'd
does.
rather do the Intruders than the Fireweaver.
So I like 3 Fireweavers. I like the idea of Intruder, but I am still on the fence on Intruder. I don't really know how well Tilanali's Summoner is going to be, but the Summoner actually looks like it is spicy enough to go wide. It gives you something else to do with all that mana, and you're probably going to hit a Send in this deck. I mean, let's just face it, you're probably going to hit a Send in this deck.
And Samut gives your stuff Vigilant, right? So you just attack with a bunch of things. Well, if you use her ability, like if you, if we add a planes, and a way to search it, then.
Okay, so what's the planes for? What's the white?
Samut's ability.
Oh, well, we can put we can cast Samut. We can actually we can deal with that. We have a Spire. We have Spires,
Okay.
which honestly, I could cut the other forest and do the fourth Spire, since
Yeah.
like so that is an option. We can activate Samut's ability if we needed to.
Oh no, it just untaps another target creature.
Right.
I thought it just gave your creatures vigilance until that'd be really good, because you could just attack and then pay a bunch of mana for summoner. That'd
Right.
be great.
Yeah.
For For the Horde says Brass's Bounty to go with the Reckless Fireweaver.
Are you even being serious? But Brass's Bounty with Reckless Fireweaver
Why not Pirate's Village?
would be ridiculous. Well, I mean, you would just be like, bam, there's a Fireweaver on turn 8. All right, I'm going to Brass's Bounty. Like, that would be ridiculous. I just don't think that we can get to Brass's Bounty. That's like a 7-mana card, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, we have Rishkar.
I think we're looking at Merfolk Branchwalker Jade Light from this point.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we got a
I do
lot
like
of
the
spots
Merfolk
left.
Rancher and Jade Light.
I'm not 100% on how much I want Jade Light, but let's look at Explore. Like, so I think the Explore mechanic's going to be really nice here. However, they're not guaranteed +1/+1 counters. Oh my goodness. It's not Jade Light.
I would say not Jade Light. I would go with the lesser costs.
Oh, yes.
How did we
Wild
forget
Walker.
this? How did we forget this?
That is the other key card. How did I forget that?
Right? Like, does anyone disagree that that this belongs in this deck?
We definitely
for
forgot about it.
because every mana you play, gain 3 life, and it just gets huge.
Yeah, that thing is good.
And it
I would
produces
play
a +1/+1 counter, so even if you explore and it doesn't. Okay, so
Well, I don't
All
know
right,
if
so-
it's as great as you guys
I would put
think it is.
4 in, and I would replace the Intruder with it, because the Intruders, we were going with Intruder to get +1/+1. I would just take out both Intruders and go 4 Wild Growth Walkers.
Like, I don't know if it's as great as you guys think it is. Like, it's a good card, but we only have the Path of Discover. So once
And-
we get one of those, it's fantastic, right?
Andrew is
But-
also right, though. We don't have any removal.
right, and
Yeah,
I'm
we
actually trying to
actually
cut
don't
some
have it.
room for removal right now.
Yeah,
so-
we only have the 4 Path, and then we have the 4 Wild Growth Walkers. So before we get any paths, there's just a 1/3 that we can put some counters on, which is kind of bad. So, like, that's fine.
I
Like,
definitely want the Intruder out.
yeah, Intruder's not great. Fire Weaver's fine. Summoner is
the Summoner
fine.
is the biggest questionable card I have right now. Like, I
think I like it more than
cut
one.
Garroot there, and I want 4 Branchwalkers. I really want 4 Branchwalkers in this deck.
We need more Explorer.
Branchwalker
Just because we
Explorers.
put the-
Rishkar.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm-
exactly. We put the Walker in the deck. So
I
now we
agree with
have to add
James.
more.
You
Back
think
off infinite mana, go with Explore.
right? Well, I could definitely back off some Sammets, or at least 1 Sammet and go down to 2 here, because that's just kind of one of those. Hey, that's cool. And then maybe a Rishkar. I kind of like Rishkar though.
Yeah, I'd keep Rishkar free.
Yeah, I'd say keep Rishkar.
So this gives us
For 4 Branchwalkers?
4 Branchwalkers. Like, this is starting to look a little bit better. I know that we're still combo. Wild Growth is going to be crazy in this deck, because any creature hitting the battlefield, it'll explode. Like, it is your life gain. This is your answer against those early aggressive decks. The thing is we don't have a ton of Explorer to go with it. I think Telenali was just, I'm throwing it in the sideboard as a maybe card for right now. Reckless Fireweaver, I'm wanting to cut to 2 on this.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not a huge fan.
I am a fan. I just don't think it's going to be 100% necessary all the time. Okay, so Jeffrey is talking about Commune, okay? And I'm going to meet you halfway. I'm going to meet you at the 1 converted mana cost. Some of you may already know what.
Magnus free.
No.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know why I can't I don't know why I can't spell explore. Bam. All right.
Floor.
Let's talk
the
about
same
this.
E-Floor.
E4 is the same thing.
Enter the known.
Enter the unknown. What do you guys think about Enter the Unknown?
Yeah.
I played with it. And to be honest with you, it's actually a lot harder to get going than you'd think.
Once you have the combo, Fireweaver is good, but by then you have the but by then you have the combo. So I am really interested in Enter the Unknown here, but I'm also interested in J Light Ranger or cheap converted mana cost creatures that explore. Like I'm more interested in two converted mana cost or something like
Into
that.
the
Like
Unknown turns any of your creatures into explorer creatures. So
correct.
you don't have to find one creature. You could put it on any creature and start the combo.
All right, so let's go with two Enter the Unknown here. Right, like you could just have a servo sitting there and go bam, here we go. All right, so the next thing I want to look at is some fabricate creatures. What is this bizarre guy here? Hmm. All right, yeah, he just explores with haste. Jade Light would be the way to go if we wanted more in the 3-drop slot. Um, do we even have, is Enter the Unknown like it's the only open spot we have, and shouldn't it be like removal?
Yeah, I was gonna say with Rush It.
Right. Yeah, as much as I want to look into Fabricate, for more defensive creatures, but I actually think we should probably be on some removal here. I don't want a board wipe. That doesn't sound right. So I
Magma spray.
spray. Okay, so spray would be it. Like I definitely think that if we're going to do any removal, it should be in the red.
And it should stay in the 1-drop spot.
Right, right. Because especially with 22 land, even though we're exploring, like we want to flood, especially if we found animation module. But all right, so let's. I don't think we have any room for fabrication creatures. So let's look at spray here. And we'll go 1, 2, cut the enters. I think I'm throwing the rest of the play set in the side.
Yeah.
We'll toy with the side here in a second. All right, so let's look over this. What do we just do not like? I get that I am really big on Wild Growth Walker here.
I don't like durable handicraft.
It's in the side. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like let's worry about the main board right now. Like, how do we feel about the
main board's fine?
Man, I keep forgetting we got Walking Ballista.
Like
I just feel so much better again in a meta of Phoenixes when we have Walking Ballista.
Yeah.
That's our fling, quote unquote.
Right. Right. Better late than never, Ramo. What's up, man? We're just chilling. It's coffee time, doing the thing. A lot of people have been asking lately what coffee time was, and I wanted to do one live for everybody, and looks like the guys didn't mind, so we filled up all 4 seats, and everything will be exploring. The whole idea is that we're going to path of discovery. Like the hope is path to discovery, and then if we can do that, then yeah, everything that enters the battlefield explores. So Walking Ballista, cutting it to 3.
I think it's just because he plays aggro and doesn't win.
I don't like cutting Walking Ballista either. I like the Verdurous Gearhulks though. Is there any other changes we should make before we start like toying with the sideboard and then try to get this into a game? Or are you guys okay with this as being the hey?
This is a deck. Probably shouldn't play it, but you can play it if you want.
Whatever.
No, but he's playing my deck, so it's gonna be okay, Zach.
Right? It's just gonna
Right.
crush the competition because you didn't build it,
It's not
Zach.
my deck.
Right, exactly.
Hey, my Jun deck did well.
All right, so what do we want for the sideboard here? What are some staples?
1 for 4.
Right? What are some staples we have to have? We need Crook.
Brash.
All the crooks.
All right.
Enchantment, artifact removal.
We
Do
need
do we need
Rush and
crook or
Grandon.
do we want um scavenger?
I think we want Crook.
Really? I think we want scavenger. All right, I'll throw one crook in
Why?
and then scavenger
Why you of all people not wanting Crook?
because we're in green red.
Well, yeah. Okay, that's fair.
Like
It's kind of slump.
because we're in green, we actually have scavenger.
Yeah, true.
Um, so I'm gonna go 3 scavengers, magma sprays. All right, so this is gonna be our draw against like I don't.
Rondon?
Okay, so um,
Is Armorcraft Judge really our control package?
I don't like it as the control
Oh,
package.
God.
It's just
Ooh.
currently sitting there as our draw, and like the more I think about it, the more I'm like, this should be like Immortal Sun or something.
How do we beat control?
We combo off and go so big they can't stop us.
Do we
Phoenix?
go with
Hey,
the
maybe
snake, serpapod, whatever?
Serpapart?
Yeah.
Serpapart?
Yeah.
Cat
Okay.
Snake.
I like that. Over the
Serpapod?
oh, wait a minute. What about I'll get the cat snake, but I ain't even gonna try to spell Serpapird. I probably could just because of the funny way I say it, but I think I'm gonna cut the Telenali Summoner. I'm okay with the durable handicraft here. Um, it's an enchantment, and against Grixis, this would be just a really good mimic. Like Grixis could just eat your mimic up, but they would have a hard time dealing with a handicraft. So I'm okay with leaving the one handicraft in here. The Abrade's main board. All right, so there's some talk about like run harness lightning and things like that, but we have no payout for energy or ways to get more energy. We don't like. We've even decided to stay off of the hubs, so I don't like harness lightning here, as it would typically only be a burn for 3, and Abrade can do that.
How about an hour of devastation?
Albatross saying Carney T and Life Crafters.
Okay, Rush Mimic says whenever a creature enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on, or it enters with a +1/+1 counter on it, which will trigger animation module, which will allow you to just dump all of your mana into a creature. If you have a Mimic on the battlefield and you can get and you call servos, and you can trigger this once, you can then dump all mana in each 1 mana you have equals a servo, and then there are other things in the deck. If we have a Rishkar on the battlefield, each of those servos will have a +1/+1 counter on it, which means that it could then be tapped for mana the next turn. However, if we have a Samut on the battlefield, Samut will give those haste, and those can be tapped for mana the turn they come in, each one creating another dude, and you instantly go, like, you go infinite. Sweltering Sun's out of the side. Maybe. I think it might be necessary.
I was thinking hour of devastation in the sideboard.
Oh, just go big, huh?
Yes, you're naming Servo Rush.
Hour or Suns? Like, what are we looking at here?
I'd go with Suns just because it's cheaper, and sometimes it won't kill your dudes.
When would it not kill our dudes?
If you have
Yeah.
3 mimics, or if you explored a bunch,
I was
you could you have 8 lords effectively.
heroic intervention too.
Heroic Intervention is good.
So do we want what, hours so we can hit planeswalkers and stuff, or do we want Suns because it can be cycled?
I think we can just punch planeswalkers in the face enough.
You think so?
I think so. Maybe 1 hour, but I don't think we need more than 1.
I was thinking, yeah, just 1 hour for big things or things that like are indestructible in general for any reason.
I really like
I do like
the
an hour
Immortal
if I come
Sun.
against the Scarab God.
Why does that help against the Scarab God?
Oh, I was thinking of something else. Never mind.
Wow. All right. So I really want the Immortal Sun.
I like that in there too, yeah.
I think we can cut Crook here. I think Crook
Yeah,
is the cut,
probably Crook is the
which
one card we don't
means
need.
we're okay. So, boy, we have forgot a huge card.
Which
Struggle.
Yeah,
Man, we just don't have room, do we, for all the things?
you're right.
Like, this is how tier 1 decks get built. You just start running out of room for jank, and you just end up playing all the good cards. I think Serpent Part
Mm,
gets cut here, or Durable Handicraft, if we want the extra removal here.
I just cut the handicraft.
We need
I
two
like
cards.
Prepare too much.
We need 2 cards cut.
At least the handicraft.
All right, so I'll cut the Handicraft and 1 Deathgorge Scavenger because we have Survive now.
Yeah, that seems fine.
And I think this is about the best starting point we're going to have.
Yeah.
Has anyone had any question like about Verdurus? Like Verdurus just belongs here, right?
Hmm.
Agreed.
Right. We're down to 2 Sammets, which is the top of our curve. Like we've got nothing beyond 5. Path to Discovery and Mimic and Animation Module is all part of the combo. We have Explorers from Merfolk Branchwalker and Path only, which means maybe Wild Growth Walker's not as good as I thought he would. Like, we need more Explorer.
I think Lifecrafter's Bestiary or Key to the City, as Alba T. Ross is saying.
Lifecrafters? See, I like Lifecraft. Oh man, I can't type life in. Everything will pull up.
Life crafters could give us a lot of drawing.
This is true. Lifecrafters could give us a ton of drawing. I'll go with that over 1 Wild Growth.
I agree with that.
Um,
Agreed.
I mean, if we get our combo going, Wild Growth is going to be ridiculous, and they're going to scoop because if they can't deal with the Wild Growth, because stupid things are going to happen. But
Although I do think the Lifecrafter's best tier should be in the sideboard to survive. Just because having that main board hate against the Scarab God is so important.
True.
and Andrew, correct. I believe that Brash would only come in versus basically Ixalan's binding and stuff like that. Like people trying to cast out your path to discovery or something. That's where you would bring Brash in. I agree. I kind of like where we're at here, guys. Um,
Let's do this.
let's do this. All right. So I've got to do some stuff. This is gonna take just a second. We got to turn in the cards that we currently have. Actually, I probably don't even have to do that. I only pulled like 30 cards out. You know what? Do we have the wish list empty? We do. Here's the brew. Add the missing cards. All right, guys.
This is exciting.
Isn't it? Like this is why coffee time is what it is. Like it's not a really exciting show. It's a bunch of guys sitting around talking about a deck and building and right.
That wasn't sarcasm.
That wasn't sarcasm?
No,
Oh, my bad.
I'm just tired. Sorry.
Just
Like, this is the best part of the channel. Like,
Yeah, I'm
we just sit
excited.
around and build decks.
We just built a deck and we're gonna test it.
right. Well, I don't think there's
So we
other
do.
channels that do this though. So I don't know. Maybe they do. Maybe they invite their people. Their I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm not there, so it's not as cool.
Well, I
They
figured
don't get to play Turbo Fog.
the less that we let you touch this deck, the more likely we were to win.
Yeah, that's fair. The less that is my deck.
uh,
But it's red-green, so maybe.
all right, so we only have to pull a few cards here. So it says we should have the cards in a few minutes, so we'll see what happens. I went ahead and pulled them. We'll see. The Coffee Brew. Path to Discovery. All of these cards, except for the lands, are like really cheap.
Yeah, considering how new I am to this, I actually do like to see how the process is for what you guys think through, as you're building your decks.
It's an argument. Yeah.
It is actually just an argument.
Yeah.
Well, it's fun.
And the thing
Yeah,
is,
we
I'm
just
new to it
battle it out
too.
until like we have enough of a consensus that you have multiple minds going, yeah, that is that's probably going to be the better card, like we just all give our voice of reason, and then hopefully people will agree or whatever, and then I always audible and make my decision whatever I think anyway. So I don't know. Um, everyone works as my conscience, I guess, to keep me from putting bad cards into the deck.
Well,
But then again, on this deck, keep me
you
from
also
putting
play my decks.
worst cards in the deck. James, you want to know what the sideboard's looking like? The sideboard's looking like this. I'll let you guys kind of glare at that for a few minutes. Let's see. We got so for creatures. Hey, our cards have arrived.
You know what? If we win, you should submit the report and then take this to the league instead of that turbo crap.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
Wow, Zax, man, they have no
Hold
holds
on a
barred on you, buddy. Oh,
Well, that wasn't a bad idea.
Do you want me to be playing that deck, and you want to play like literally any amount of creatures?
uh,
Because you'll lose.
just play creatures, dude. Just play creatures.
Play any creature, and you'll lose.
I lost to a zombie, I think. Um,
No, you lost to a clock.
I did. I did lose to the clock, and that was my own fault for doing that. Should have been playing faster earlier, but all right, we've got the coffee brew. We're gonna hit that play button. We'll see what happens. See if we can get this thing to fire off. So, what do we want in the open hand here? Like just or animation module or else?
Yeah, mold the one if you have to.
Um, I'd have taken the Hefe Archfiend of Ifnir deck to the league before that fog thing. Wow. Oh,
Brutal.
I got
yeah.
third place at F&M with Fog.
Third place at F&M.
Third place.
Man,
You guys are hating on that thing? Like, come on.
right? All right, so here we go. We lost the die roll. It's go time. We've also got Val in the house here, by the way. She's right here beside me. So,
How's she feel about Fog?
how do you feel about Fog? She feels you need more than three in the deck that settle the wreckage and fog, or sorry, the two green fogs and settle just aren't enough. Like you need four fogs in the format to play it.
All right.
That was her. She's like, leave the archetype alone unless they print another one. That's her feelings.
Keep?
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is a keep all day.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna keep, and I think I'm still coming in tapped on turn one. Or do I? Man, do we just play? Do we just play everything? Do we play everything a turn late, and then just like get value from everything?
I think so because you can branch walker, and theoretically get the +1/+1 counter.
Theoretically.
So that lets me Sheltered Thicket this turn, play Animation Module, and then have 3 mana untapped on 3 to go Branch Walker, and, well, it gets even better. Do we want to... Well, he's just going to kill the first thing we play, right? Think he's got the Abrade?
I mean, probably. But I don't know if he's willing to abrade a module.
Right, like, well, there's an Animation Module, whatever. He will be in game 2. He'll be highly willing to get rid of that thing in game 2.
Based on how this game's going, yeah.
It's not a Zax deck. It liked me.
Yeah.
Is he gonna
At least you didn't
counterspell?
blame the deck this time.
What's he doing?
He was reading.
Debating if he wants to censor
He's
it,
like,
maybe.
what is this animation module? What?
Thank you, Andrew. I really like the Archfiend deck too.
You guys have betrayed me.
All right, so
You voted
Perfect.
for the stupid life gain deck, and then you wouldn't vote for the Bant life fog.
do we get the +1/+1 counter here?
Let's hope so.
If you put up the Wild Growth Walker first, you'll get the +1/+1 no matter what next turn.
Yeah, if he doesn't kill it though.
Right, I
If he
expect
doesn't kill
Wild
it.
Growth Walker to meet an eerie fate.
Yeah.
However, the better play probably was Ballista this turn, because yeah, I think Ballista for 1 would have been the better play here. Doesn't matter, does it?
Well, we're definitely playing control.
Right? Yeah, I don't know. Even my Grixis midrange has 2 Essence Scatter.
Yeah, but he hasn't done anything other than that.
Well, ain't that cute? We need him to kill some stuff. We need him to actually tap out before we play this Metallic Mimic, and then we need as much mana as possible. I kind of want to play this Ballista this turn, even though we're not going to get the counters for it, or the extra dudes.
I like the Ballista now, yeah.
I'm looking at the ballista and the module, and it enters with the 1/1 counter. So does that really count for putting a 1/1 counter on?
Oh yeah, we could have technically triggered it and made 2 servos right here instead of playing Wild Growth Walker. But we need him to use kill spells to get rid of his kill spells before we play the Metallic Mimic. Like
Definitely.
Metallic Mimic's part of the combo. Like it's one of the extremely important parts. So if we want to just go off, like go ham, then we need Mimic calling. We need it, or we need to top deck a Path to Discovery. Path is going to be our better card versus Grixis Midrange or Grixis Energy or Control. We'll just say Grixis Energy, whatever variant. Okay, well, now we can kind of get away with that.
Huh.
We only get to make 1 here. Is he scooping? He don't want to play against this deck. He's like, what is going on? He's like, did this dude just go infinite? Yep. He didn't want to play against your deck. He just scooped. Like, whatever.
Wow.
Whatever.
That's
Wow.
what happens whenever you play my deck. People
Right?
scoop.
They just scoop. Hardcore like.
We're in tournament practice. Wow.
Yeah. He didn't want to practice. Okay. Somebody else is in that. Alright, fine. I'll host a new one. I'll jump in one more because he kind of cheated us out of getting to play that game. But it was a great hand for us, and I do think that turn 2 I probably should have played that Ballista though. Or turn 3 I should have played the Ballista and made an extra dude. Or instead of even playing the Wild Growth Walker right there. Control said, forget that. I ain't trying to control this. The jank is real.
It's awesome.
Well, chat seems to like it. Albatross. Poor James
You could
Carr.
make
So you'll take his jank.
I take your jank too. I played a league with your jank.
Yeah, you played a
My
league of
my
mine.
jank
No,
is pretty
you
good though.
accept my
I'm
jank.
hearing.
Chat doesn't accept my jank.
You've got to win them over. You got to give me something I can win with. You got to build chat something that's worth looking at. Oh man, well
I built
we've
you
got
that life gain deck.
that was fun, but
That was so dumb.
it didn't like me either.
No,
Wow.
that one won.
Do we have to keep this?
No.
Yeah, we do.
Dude,
Oh,
put
I was looking
Walking
at the
Ballista
first
on
hand.
a path. You gotta keep that.
Oh man, did y'all see the scry?
Yep.
That was the nuts.
Yep.
Blue is the only jank color, excuse you.
No blue jank allowed. Oh what? Come on,
If it's not
Albatross.
blue, it's not jank.
Jank is only jank if it loses.
Jank
Good
is only
point.
jank if it's blue
Uh,
and loses.
so we do need to start hitting land after this, but if we're fighting against like merfolk here, this will be fun. Um, I want to get it down in case we do hit the land. This means next turn we'll be able to play Ballista and make a dude. So if we hit land, we're set for it. Otherwise, I'm going to use Ballista as a kill spell and probably kill this thing. If I can before it gets too big. Yeah, so it's a Ballista deck. Guys that scoop early are the same people that took their ball and went home when no one picked them to play. Aww. That's River Snake. That's the one we got to shoot. They can't be blocked. Hey, we got the land. So we do this. It enters with a 1/1 counter on it. Triggers. We pay for it. We make a dude. Pass the turn. And a Metalcraft is online. Or Metalcraft. You guys call it Metalcraft too?
For the
I mean,
Advanced
that's what
Fair,
it's
yeah.
called.
Right, you need 3 or more artifacts. Like, I don't know why they didn't just say Metalcraft, like leave Metalcraft as like evergreen mechanic or
Who
something.
knows?
Um, do we shoot this thing? I mean, we're just gonna keep making the same play, right? I mean, I think that's what we do. I think we just shoot it. We can't block it, so might as well deal with it now. That was kind of the point. Ooh, look at that.
Yeah, I say shoot the one that's going to get bigger.
Now this one I might let live for a little bit.
We need. Oh, so we need a land for the path.
I know. I mean, we're making bodies though. All right, so what is the play? What are we thinking about here? I know you guys are a little bit behind me, so I'm waiting a little bit.
The
James,
play is top deck and untapped one.
right? I think like everything except for our cycling lands is untapped in this deck, ain't they? Ooh, climb. I shoot that now, don't I? Otherwise, it outgrows me. Does he pay 1 life and have the protection?
Yeah, I would say so.
I had to shoot that. We couldn't not shoot that, I don't think. Hey, kind of got there.
Bye, Jeffrey.
Bye, Jeffrey.
Jeff, you gotta go. Well, take care, sir. James says, "Hey guys, what is your thoughts on Hour of Devastation over the over a fourth Sweltering Suns in the Dino deck?" Um, he's on the edge about it. Are you dying to people setting up in front of you and you're not getting through with your not getting through to the planeswalkers? Like, are you wanting it for the planeswalker effect or what, James? Could have abraded it instead of shooting it. Abrade required our mana, and we were tapped out. And I still have one more Walking Ballista to go off again. I just need mana. We just need mana. Is this Kumina? Nope, Jade Light.
We got 2/2 servos now, though.
Yeah. There's what we do with the braid. Right, now we start making 2/2 servos if he can't deal with it. I somehow expect he's leaving up unsummon.
Welcome back for the Horde.
For the Horde, you're back.
Hey, welcome back.
Alright, well, he gets his counter. He's above a braid now. It's just unsummoning now. Oh, that's woof. Woof. Another animation module. Well, that doesn't do us a lot of good. Unfortunately, I kind of just want a Walking Ballista here, but we probably need, like, we're going to take 12 in the air next turn.
Do we abrade the Mist,
I think so.
the Lord?
I think so, and in that case, I would just want to play the other animation module just to play it.
Yeah.
I think we just... Do we pass and see if he... Well, he's already flipped it, so... We'll see. He might have a way to protect it. Maybe I should have done it on my turn. It's true. You don't have to talk quietly. Val's over here berating me for not abrading. There we go. Taking 12. This is happening. Not that thing. Right. So we'll abrade this and take 11. Yay. Well, we're definitely in some trouble. Hey, we hit our land. How about that? And then would have made another one. And another one. It would have worked if we just had mana. Any point in not swinging? I mean, we're already dead, right? Like, should I just be scooping? You guys still there? Did I lose you guys?
Still here.
Yeah. Just watching the carnage of this Jade Light Ranger just
Well,
destroying
you're
us.
playing the way I would. I don't know, you know?
Right. I just don't see any other thing we have available.
Right.
Yep, we're just dead. You got us, opponent. Alright, so this arch might be better off as a field of ruin. Struggle to survive. Brontodon's probably great here. Like, we need to kill that enchantment if possible.
Yeah, for sure.
Probably the Hour of Devastation too. I'll cut down on some of the top end. He's not exactly control, so I'm going to take out the life crafters and just run it back. Maybe, like, should we bring in the abrade or the other magma sprays? Oh no.
You can hit the J light before it gets counters, right?
Right.
And get rid of
Yeah,
it that way.
you sure can. And that's kind of the hope. I like Walking Ballista, but I am cutting one back right now. Um, I think a braid. I think you're right. I think a braid would be better than magma spray because I don't think he's bringing things back from the grave or anything. Um, maybe like that. Suns, just do it. You think Suns is better? James is just overthinking. He's like, I gotta get when the decks get bigger. I gotta have an answer. Oh well, that's a mulligan. This is a start. I'll keep this. We'll keep that too. All right. Well, the one thing James is good at is overthinking. um, it's funny. Everyone at coffee time is just like focused in on what's happening here. Like, what's going on? So, do I wait to Merfolk Branchwalker on the next turn? I think so. Deeproot Elite. All right. Well, hopefully we'll get a land out of one of these. Sweet. Even a red source. +1/+1 counter there would have allowed us to make another servo, which is why we waited a turn to do that, if anyone's wondering. I think it would be the proper play, like, because you could get more value. It might be the greediest play, so maybe not, but we still get in before this deep root can start swinging. And he doesn't have hopefully not enough mana to play a bunch of dudes, but he might play a bunch of his 1 mana dudes. That's one. So is he going to make sneak real big? Ooh. So, how do you guys feel about Path to Discovery right here?
Um,
I'm kind of on the fence. Like, I kind of want to upbraid that River Snake before things get out of hand, but I kind of want to upbraid that Deeproot Elite before things get out of hand.
I would think maybe racing would be better than padding of discovery, but that's just me.
Right?
But then again, you're right, because Deeper
Can't
Elite gets out of
can't block
control
it all.
really quick.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. Val's like even Val's leaning towards let's get rid of the Elite before this River Sneak gets out of hand. Um, all right, I'll do that. I'll get rid of the Elite. I still want to throw some value out here though, so I'm
A
gonna
braid and branchwalker.
I'm gonna Branchwalker anyway. I mean, every creature is going to cast or is going to trigger us because we have the other part of the combo. Ooh, put that on top. It seems pretty good. We play. What do we play next turn? We could play Magma Spray and Rishkar next turn, but so we basically got to hope that we can take a turn off to play Path. I'm swinging. Please block. Please block. You're a Star Rush.
There's some guy love going on in chat.
Yeah, right? Oh no, another one. And he got a curious. Oh wow, that's a thing.
Okay, so it's definitely good we killed the first deep root then.
Right, because this would have got crazy when the second one entered the battlefield. He's stuck on land? Can we race him? Or is this the turn we probably could take a turn off so that everything next turn is huge? Like, so we just go ham from this point forward?
Let's go path now, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if we're ever going to play path, like, this is basically it telling us that this is how bad this card is. It is like Panharmonicon. It's a great card, but taking that turn off to be able to make things happen, it's dangerous.
So hard.
All right. I'm swinging though. I don't think he's blocking. I think we're free to hit him for 5 here.
The jank is real though. It'll be okay.
It is, and next turn we've got some serious stuff on the line. Like yeah, wow, wow. Rishkar and Magma. For the Horde wanted to Magma spray that thing. He wanted to get rid of that deep root. I want to try to race and go wide. Silvergill at it, revealing Kumena Speaker, so he can play another card after this. So we're about to get hit for 1 billion. I'll just throw my stuff up here so we're not wasting time. Yep. Hit for a cool 1 billion. 8 damage. That's half our life total. So next turn we definitely need to go wide. I mean, if he can play much, he's got our life total here just in the river snake. He drew the land.
He left deep root it too though for our magma spray.
All right. I guess I'm playing the untapped land. All right, so I'm gonna say Rishkar himself and the other branch walker, and then we will explore. Untap land. At least Rishkar gives counters guaranteed. We'll say yes. I mean, magma spray. Maybe I should have magma sprayed instead of making a body. Right? Yeah, he can't block us. Do I? I don't make another, do I? I just swing. Yeah, we'll swing and just push more threat. We'll take most of his life total here. Yeah, that's a good point. How do we not die on crackback? Are we just dead? Yeah. Yes, we're dead, but swing. Yes, we're just dead, but swing. Don't be a punk. It's funny. It's funny. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Really? And another. Well, me scoops. Me scoops. Well, the jank did not make it, guys. Ah. Sorry, you just wanted to ask what is coffee time? Well, BMW, coffee time is where a bunch of guys sit around and brew a deck, brew a couple decks maybe. In the future, if we do any of this public or anything like that, I'll probably have to limit it to just one deck because this ended up going a lot over what I wanted it to. Um, Coffee time is normally about an hour, hour and a half, and we just kind of brew around with the deck. And we don't always play with the deck. We just kind of talk about theory crafting. But coffee time's not always brewing a deck. It's literally people sitting down, having a cup of coffee, talking about magic, talking about whether it's a deck, whether it's spoilers that have come out, new information, the brawl mechanic, which is actually what I want to do our next coffee time on, patrons. I want to talk about brawl. I want to get your guys' opinion on brawl. So Thursday when we do this, and Thursday will not be a public coffee time. It'll be back to standard Patreon content, but. I want to talk about brawl with you guys. So if you've got some brawl ideas or something like that, have them for Thursday, and I'd love to go over them. Hefe, any comments on your deck here? Like, what do you think?
It was fun, but I mean, it was to see what it could do, see if you could go infinite. Basically, is what I wanted to do.
Well, I think you could go infinite, but man, it's just one of those things that needs so many turns to set up. So
Yeah. What's it gonna take to have my Archfiend go on a league? That's my question.
your Archfiend deck, which Archfiend deck?
The Cycling God Pharaoh's Gift Archfiend that you played.
Oh, um, I don't know. I would definitely want to play with the tuning on it just a little bit more before we went into a league, but maybe we got to get rid
You
of
gotta be good first.
we got to get rid of Hollow One. The card's bad.
Yeah, Halloween's
Yeah, like the fastest you could get it off is still bad. Like it's not good
oh
in
man,
standard.
turn 3/4.
Well,
Mm,
that didn't necessarily happen either.
yeah,
I cathartic
thanks,
reunion
Moto.
and cycled, and it still didn't let
Thanks,
us cast
Moto.
it. Right. So, James, did I I started at 4 like 04 4:05 or something like that today. Like what time was that for you? Was it not 4 p.m.? Yeah, every one of the decks tried to play Hollow One Rush. Like every one of the cycling decks, nobody tried new perspectives, none of that. And Hollow One was just bad in all four versions that I played, and I'm counting the one that I did the encore with for I think it was
You know, the one that
yeah
was Halloween.
yeah that was just Hollow One. So it's 7 a.m. for you, James. All right. Well, I'll be starting the same as I did today. I'll be doing that Thursday. Again, if you're not a patron but you want to get in on this kind of content, you want to be able to throw your deck up, maybe you may or may not have it played, but to have multiple minds set and brew on it. That is an option that's available for you, and that's something that I try to do for the patrons of the channel. Also, you'll notice, guys, like I definitely want the community to be part of the channel. We're a community of magic builders. That's kind of what this channel has become. So, or of deck builders, and I like that aspect. I want to help support the idea of the meta is never solved. You can always brew and build. Like I love that idea that just because people say the meta is solved, that doesn't mean you can't give it a shot. You can't take down the meta. Either way, if you guys do want to play this deck or any other deck, as always, ManaTraders has got you covered, and ManaTraders you can save 15% off your first 4 months if you use Sideboard MTG 15. Um, Guys, anything else you guys want to add? You want to say anything to chat? Like, this is your moment. You know, you stuck with me for a couple hours here. I guess I'll start with Magic Man since he was kind of the quietest. This is your time for the spotlight. What do you got going on in Magic? Like, you wanna give yourself a shout out or a shout out to anything else going on, the Pancake Squad or anything?
Oh yeah, give the Knuckle Pancake Squad a check every once in a while. They always stream every Wednesday, and I
How
know we're going to be streaming next Tuesday too. But we're going to be playing a different game, not Magic.
how would someone find the Knuckle Pancake Squad?
Just visit them on Twitch. On Twitch, they've actually got all their links on their main page.
Okay, so Twitch and just search for the Knuckle Pancake Squad. Awesome, awesome. What about you, Magic Cafe? What do you got going on?
I actually I had problems connecting. I just reconnected, so whatever the last 5 minutes was after I asked my question, I didn't hear it. I'll have to go back and review the YouTube.
I may or may
But
not have
what I got
answered it.
going, I didn't hear the answer yet. Anyways, what I got going on is I'm probably gonna either be doing some Pauper or some Arena pretty soon. I just don't know. I don't have a good schedule set yet.
And how would somebody find you?
Go to YouTube and just type in Magic Cafe.
Right.
There's not a
in
whole
case
lot of that.
in case you didn't realize, this is a plug for yourself. So, um,
Yeah.
yeah, make your plug. Like, let people know what you got going on. Like, all right, Zaxadillo. What about yourself, sir?
All right. First of all, chat, stop hating on me. All right, I try.
I saved you for last for a reason.
Right. Other than that, just like go on the Reddit, see if I post any decks, check them out, and then if you have any constructive criticism, put that in the comments on them. That's about it. I don't do anything like streaming or whatnot.
Awesome,
Not cool.
awesome. Well, you're definitely a big part of this stream. So, Zax, as always, thank you for the horde. Thank you. Andrew said he just got his arena beta access. Sweet. So
I'm actually playing that right now. It's kind of
so
funny.
I will give a shout out to Wizards because they're trying to do a stress test. If you have not signed up for the MTG Arena Beta, now is a good time to sign up. They're going to be doing a stress test, I believe, on the 6th or the 9th of April. I'll have to check out the email. But during that day, they're going to be giving access to a lot more people. Basically, they're going to continue giving access to the beta until they shut the system down, from the way I understand it. So they're just going to do rollouts all day long and adding more and more people to Arena. And they don't care about you doing anything other than just get on Arena and start playing. Start playing, start pushing their servers. They're trying to do a stress test on their servers to see if it can hold up to, you know, the mass millions that they want playing it. I hope millions do play it. But either way, if you guys are looking for Arena access, apply for it. You might end up getting it because of that stress test. So a little heads up for you guys. Anything else from anyone before I close this out completely? All right. Looks like that's a no. Guys, I had a lot of fun. I hope you had fun. My name's Eric, and you've been watching Sideboard MTG. We'll see you tonight at 9:30 Central Time. And you know what? We'll talk about the deck. You should see the thumbnail here fairly shortly. We'll talk about the deck at 9:30. Talk to you later, guys.
Peace.
Bye, Eric. Bye, Val.